Oi, pessoal, eu sou a Catarina Moraes e eu tô aqui com o Ruel na Antena 1. Vamos começar. Então, hi, Ruel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you so much. So, how has this beginning of the Latin American tour been for you? You started, like, going around the world. You're already to Chile. You've been in Chile already?
Yes, yeah. I was in Chile yesterday, and that show was incredible.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to expect for the rest. Like, all I know is that people have been saying Brazil is the loudest and the most chaotic, so I'm excited for that.
Chaotic.
I hope it lives up to the...
Of course it will. I'm sure it will, because it sold out very fast already.
Yeah.
So how does it feel for you, seeing all these like places being sold out?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's always like a bit of a risk sometimes coming to new places and, you know, putting on shows. And, you know, I might have seen a few comments on my Instagram saying come to Brazil, but you don't really know if that's like just 5 people that are really persistent or there's actually, you know, an audience here. So yeah, it's pretty special to see that there's an audience.
That's amazing. And do you feel already a difference between like the Latin American public and the places around the world?
Yeah, it's just a bit more fun.
Yeah?
Everyone's just having a bit more fun.
Yeah,
just a
really?
little bit more fun.
Oh, wow, that's amazing to hear. And do you have any favorite songs to play live already? Because you've been traveling.
Yeah. I've been touring since like April.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of smack bang in the middle of tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done Australia, Asia, and America, and throughout those tours, I really liked playing Sitting in Traffic, End Scene. I really liked playing. And If and or When was really fun to play as well, yeah.
That's amazing. And what's your experience, like, what's your expectation for Brazil? You said that the public is amazing. And you already received, like, fans? Have you already seen the fans?
I met a bunch of fans at the airport, which was pretty cool. There was heaps of people there. And, it's all living up to the expectations so far, yeah.
Oh, that's great. And what's the sensation of seeing people that like don't speak your language, like you're singing in English and here in Portuguese, like we speak Portuguese in Brazil. So how does it feel for you seeing like these barriers that are breaking for your songs?
It's pretty crazy, yeah. I feel like I felt that like the first kind of non-English speaking country I played at was in Japan, and even like Thailand, I went there, and that was like the first time I felt that, and it was pretty amazing. Like it was very overwhelming, but at the same time, I always feel bad going to countries not knowing that language because it seems like everyone knows mine. You always feel a little bit like an asshole, but I don't know. I'm very grateful that everyone's, you know, learning the lyrics and you know, when I meet them, everyone's like speaks such great English, and I'm like, how do you do this?
That's amazing. And now that you spoke about Japan, I want to congratulate you on your video that you released.
Thanks, Yankee.
It's so pretty.
Thank you very much.
I really liked it, and I also like saw that you have a really big like fan base in Japan and the other like South Asian countries.
Yeah.
And you're doing a festival that you just also
doing
announced.
a festival in Korea.
And
Seoul.
how are you feeling like in this festival?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I was just in Seoul like a couple months ago. I feel like I've been there twice in the past like 4 months.
Yeah.
So I'm going back. So I can't get enough of it. I really love Seoul. It's really fun, and the festival will be fun.
You're playing alongside like lots of great artists.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be a cool festival.
Yeah. Classic. So, do you have any favorite gigs like that you feel that were very like amazing for you to do and you felt really good, or it's just the whole tour in general that you're feeling good about?
I mean, I'm really excited for today's show. I feel like a lot of it has been leading up to this, just because of how long I've been waiting for this, and it's very, you know, highly anticipated. So I'm very excited for today's show. So I hope, I'm wishing good things for that. But on the tour, I mean, there's been like 3 massive highlights, I think, which was like the end of the US tour, and the LA show was pretty special. That was like the biggest show I've done overseas.
Wow.
And then the hometown show in Sydney was pretty amazing as well, back in April. Yeah, it was a big one.
Yeah, it was. There were many people there.
Yeah, it was the biggest show I've ever done.
Wow, that's so cool. How many people do you know?
I think around 7,000. I think. Yeah.
That's so cool. It must be very, great, like amazing to see people.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
And how do you usually prepare for these concerts?
I just, you know, rehearse over and over again. Like the band and I just kind of catch up once or twice before a tour, and we just kind of figure out the set list, which is a really hard thing to do, figuring out a set list, because a lot of songs now, and since I've got an album, you know, and you've only got like an hour and a half to like play, and a lots of people are always disappointed that I don't play certain songs, but you can't please everyone.
Yeah, that's true. It's very hard. But in general, what is your most memorable fan encounters that you already had?
That's always, I feel like some of the first fan encounters I had was in Japan, which was super weird. I barely had any music out, and I was playing this festival over there. And I think just because I was on the name of the festival, a bunch of music listeners decided to listen to my music over there. And then when I came over to the airport, there was like 100 people at the airport who didn't and I didn't even have any music out. I was just playing I was just playing the festival, all these unreleased songs, and that was the first experience I had with fans. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. And how long ago was that?
I was in 2018, so about 5 years ago.
And now that you've already done some festivals and you're doing your tour, do you prefer playing in bigger places where bigger crowds or just smaller venues?
I like both for different reasons. The big ones give me a bigger adrenaline rush, and which feels amazing, and you get that energy, and that makes you feel like a superhero. But the smaller ones, I guess I can have more fun with it.
Yeah.
I can see everyone's faces. I can really talk to fans, and I feel connected to the audience and feel connected with the music a little bit more. Sometimes you start disassociating when you're on the big shows.
Yeah, I saw you talking about this dissociation.
Yeah,
having this
out of body
moment.
Experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I imagine it must be kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I talked to Freya Ridings, and she also told me about this experience of doing singing in front of the crowd, and it must be very a big crowd.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling, but it's an incredible feeling at the same time.
It is. Yeah. That's amazing. And I saw your interview in 17 magazine, and you described they asked you what's your musical style, and you said that you were kind of memed about the situation where I'm paraphrasing you, where you said alternative soul pop, and then people took it the wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was just I got asked that question so many times, and then I found an answer, and then I just kept saying it, and then I think they just found it funny because it kind of sounded a little stupid, but which is true.
But now I'm gonna ask you again. Do you have any ways to put your do you know how to what genre?
I have no idea. It's it's an impossible thing, when especially nowadays with 99% of artists don't want to put their music into one genre because it's always influenced by so many different things. The album was influenced by soul, by singer-songwriter stuff, by folk, by rock, by country, by all these sort of things that mold into one. So
I think nowadays the music is a little bit more spread. They like to what genre are you?
Exactly. They want to put it into a box. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And you mentioned here, in the last interview that you gave us here, you said that the 90s were your biggest influence, to do your last album.
Yeah.
Because she asked, what's your past influences? And then you said that.
Yeah. It's funny, the project I did before the album, Bright Lights, Red Eyes, which was visually all inspired by, 70s and kind of 80s stuff. And then kind of made my way up to the 90s for the album, especially just the movies that I was watching that influenced the album, Truman Show and Fight Club, and even a lot of the music was inspired by Jeff Buckley and Elliott Smith, that kind of world. So I was definitely into the 90s.
Yeah, you did. And do you have when you think about that, do you think a feature? What's your dream feature that you would like to do?
Probably Jeff Buckley. I think that's I'm so gutted that I wasn't born around where he was around. So I was that's my dream.
And nowadays, any artist from
right now. Oh yeah, there's so many. You can anyone that I listen to. I'm a very collaborative person. Yeah. I've always loved. I wanted to work with someone like James Blake. I don't know. I feel like he's very versatile and seems like a good guy.
It seems like a good guy. Yeah. That's nice. I saw you mentioned Lomelda. I don't know. It's Lomelda. Yeah. Wow, from Hannah. I just listened to it recently, and it's so good. It's very beautiful. I really liked your references that you mentioned along the interview. And I thought it was very interesting in your other interview with Abby Chatfield. It
Yeah.
was so fun. I thought it was so funny. I was having a lot of fun watching it. And I really liked how she defined your, like, the Fourth Wall album.
I forgot what she said.
She said it's not actually a breakup album, but it's more like a fear projected, like your fears projected in an album.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, how is your writing process? Because you said I thought it was very curious because you didn't experience things. You just
it's the fear about it. Yeah.
So how is it?
A lot of the album is like based on just like anxieties around relationships, and it's not, and like it's all what I think might happen, not what has happened. I mean, like to an extent, there's a bunch of like experiences that I'm talking about that have happened, but the concept usually came from just like my fear of messing up what I've already got.
Yeah.
So I think that's what a lot of the album is based around.
It's
for
based
sure.
around that. But you said that you also like writing more depressing songs.
Yeah.
Depressive songs actually. And can you talk a little bit about like that and like not like sticking to the same place, but you write about the same situation sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I like writing sad songs. I just like it makes me like I don't know why. It's just like that's what I'm drawn to when I pick up a guitar or go to the piano. Like I usually make something sad, which doesn't mean anything like deeper than that. Just I have fun writing sad songs and I find it easier.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I was saying before, like the same sorts of themes come up a lot, and it's always trying to just find different perspectives of like what I've already gone through.
Yeah, and during the tour, are you having time to like focus on your other, like writing other songs?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I had a few weeks off back home the past like month, so I've been writing a little bit, and there's a few songs that are coming to me on tour, which is nice.
That's nice. And any inspirations like of your daily life?
Yeah, I don't know, little bits like. There's definitely been a few like location-based lyrics.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
Which is always a fun one. Just talking about the city I'm in is, I think, I love a descriptive lyric.
I do too.
Specific,
it's very nice.
yeah.
It's like a specific place, like the Tokyo.
Exactly.
It was very nice.
Thank
the
you.
video. Congratulations. And your tour is like coming to an end in September, right?
Yeah. Like start of October. Yeah.
Yeah, start of October. So what is your plans after that?
Your
birthday's coming up.
Yes, I'm gonna have my 21st.
21st.
Got to figure out what I'm doing for that. So I'll be planning that that month, and then after that, just kind of get stuck into writing for the next project, whatever that will be. I still haven't really thought about it. Which I probably should start thinking about it.
No, but it's okay. Don't have to think over like a lot. And just to finish off, you've been building like a career for many years now, and what advice would you give like anyone that admires your like music and that wants to start like into the music industry? What is your advice?
Yeah, it's a hard thing to give advice for because everyone's experience is so different, and all the things that I would say that would include everyone that would have heard a million times before. Of if you really, really want to like. You're never too late, kind of in a way, to be successful. Like some people maybe hit their late 20s or 30s and think that that's it. Like, I can give up now. But I don't know. I think as long as you've got a voice and you're still working on your craft, there's always time for you to have a breakthrough. So I think that's like a thing you could say. But at the same time, it's a cutthroat industry.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard industry. But that's a nice answer. I thought it was very warm for all your fans.
Nice.
So thank you very much for this interview. It was very
Thank
lovely,
you.
and I felt very good.
Thank you. Great.